This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idadile, the winner of Naija Boss Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Naija Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 5,500 Naira payable to GT Bank account number 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 0901 625 2525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration. Call 0808 237 0000 or 0811 584 1500 for more information. Naija Boss Factor Season 2. Celebrate culture, celebrate life. Terms and conditions apply.
Good afternoon and welcome to Africa Today. I am Ainan Lubem. First, let's talk the headlines. On the headlines, Buhari hosts political leaders, seeks support to defeat insecurity. On the foreign scene, Mali accuses France of spying after video emerges of mass graves. Still on foreign scene, AU mission roped into Farmajo rubble rift over election security. On sports, Flying Eagles ready for Wafu tourney, says Basu. And now the news in detail. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday hosted the leadership of political parties at an iftar dinner in Abuja, calling for support to defeat the endless security challenges facing the country. According to a statement issued by the presidential media aide, Femi Adesina, the president described insecurity as a common enemy bedeviling the country. He further asked all political parties in the country to keep elections and election-related differences aside and join the administration's drive to win the war against insecurity. Buhari recounted that the last week, the National Executive Committee, that is NEC, of the All Progressives Congress, that is APC, had tremendous success at its meeting, ending with a clear message that the party will continue to push for the establishment of democratic principles at all levels. On the ease of doing business in the country, President Buhari told captains of industry and political leaders at the dinner that his administration had done exceeding well in improving the business climate, urging the private sector to complement the government's effort in poverty reduction and job creation for the young people. In his remarks, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, that is the APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, urged leaders of political parties to make firm commitment towards peaceful and successful 2023 general elections and challenged them to work in unison to achieve the purpose. Speaker of Nigeria's House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has sought the support of the United Kingdom's Parliament in the area of insecurity, parliamentary diplomacy, as well as political and economic prosperity in Nigeria. Femi believes Nigeria remains a key player in global affairs and that his parliament plays an important role in addressing issues through legislation. Gbajabiamila spoke during a visit to the Speaker of the UK's House of Commons, Lindsay Hoyle, in Westminster on Tuesday, saying the Nigerian House had used parliamentary diplomacy at different levels and it worked. Stressing that Nigeria and the UK have a rich history between them, he emphasized the need for the parliament to come in whenever there is a government-to-government arrangement. Hoyle, in his remarks, lauded the idea of legislative diplomacy, saying he was also disposed to soft diplomacy, which he said parliaments across the world should consider as a different approach. According to him, Nigeria is a crucial country to have such diplomatic ties with. Hoyle further promised to help where necessary to speak with the officials of the British government as regards some of the issues discussed. Away from that story now, one of the Enugu State governor's primary candidates under the People's Democratic Party, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, has called on the state's party's leadership to ensure a transparent primary ahead of the 2023 general elections. The former Deputy Senate President said this on Tuesday at a consultation meeting with PDP leaders in the state. Ekweremadu stated that a free and fair primary would ensure justice, equity, and peace among delegates and party members. Ekweremadu added that he looked forward to a productive exercise that would make the party united and stronger, and called on PDP members to embrace democratic ideals. The Nigeria Customs Service, that is NCS, in Katsina State has commenced another round of talks with border communities to guide traders and locals on ways to take advantage of the border reopening by the federal government. This comes as the federal government of Nigeria reopened all the country's borders. Recall that the government of Nigeria had closed the borders to curtail the spread of COVID-19 and boost local production. Coordinator Sector 4 Joint Border Patrol Gregory Itoto spoke during the media session on the importance of the borders being reopened. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Don't go away. Welcome back and thank you for staying. And now to news from other parts of Africa. Malian authorities have accused the French army of spying and subversion when it used a drone to film what France alleged were mercenaries burying bodies near a military base. Mali's government said this in a statement on Tuesday that the drone flew illegally over the Gossi base on April 20, the day after French forces handed the site back to Mali. Following this, Mali's military announced an inquiry into the discovery of a mass grave at the Gossi base. The army said it found the grave the day after the images were published and claimed the body's advanced stage of putrefaction ruled out Malian soldiers' responsibility. It subsequently accused France of spying and attempting to discredit the reputation of Malian forces with a drone-filmed video. Bamako said foreign aircraft, notably operated by French forces, had deliberately violated Malian airspace more than 50 times since the start of the year. Away from Mali now to former chair of the Electoral Commission, that is EC, Charlotte Osei, has rejected a proposal to be appointed a judge of the Supreme Court in 2025. Since her removal from office in 2018, the former chairperson of Ghana's election management body has pursued a series of private activities. Currently hosting a weekly business television show that seeks to nurture and coach small business owners, Charlotte was tipped for the position through a post on Twitter, to which she rejected. Osei and two other deputies, Amadou Suli and Georgina Opoku Amankwa, were removed from office in 2018 after a bitter internal dispute in which some workers of the commission petitioned Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo to begin impeachment processes against her. She was accused of taking unilateral decisions without consulting relevant institutions and persons. We now move to other parts of Africa after this break. Don't go away.
My name is Joel Idajile, the winner of Naija Boss Factor Season 1. I just want to say I'm so excited because, wow, this is a very big thing that has happened to me. And concerning this Season 2 that is coming, I'm just telling you, those that are going to be competing, bring in your A game. This is not something you come casually. Come with your A game, come for it. And Season 2 is up. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you, but you scammed yourself. Thank you.
So, what's FM 95.5 Abuja carry this one? Say if you sabi sing, you sabi rap. You dey cook, you sabi cook. You dey shop, you sabi chop. Any kind talent, any which one? All of them. Yeta for the Naija Boss Factor idea. You be fashion designer. You dey do storytelling. I mean, spoken words. Your own technology. You dey do tea.
Thank you for staying with us. And now to Somali, where Somali President Mohamed Farmajo and Prime Minister Hussein Roble have disagreed on which agency should be given the primary role of managing security in the ongoing elections in Mogadishu. In a statement on Tuesday, Roble had directed that the AU Transition Mission in Somalia, that is ATMIS, be directly charged with managing security for members of parliament following two attempted efforts to disrupt the voting earlier in the day. Roble's government accuses the Somali Police Force Chief Abdi Hassan Hijar of having a hand in disrupting elections of the Speaker by preventing the swearing-in of a group of 16 members of parliament recently elected from Gedo region, but whom President Farmajo says were voted in illegally. As of Wednesday, Internal Security Minister Abdullahi M. Noor had suspended the police chief, accusing him of having violated the federal constitution, persistently misused the authority, and today the commissioner attempted to obstruct the parliamentary proceedings by using force to stop the planned sessions while endangering the representatives of the federal parliament. Away from Somalia now to Sudan, where a prominent Sudanese politician and former cabinet minister who was detained by the military following last year's coup has been released on bail. Khalid Omar Youssef had been part of a task force that seized property and fired bureaucrats linked to the former president, Omar al-Bashir. Two other members of the same task force are still being held. Sudan's military leader, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has been reinstating Bashir's loyalists who had been sacked after the former president was overthrown in 2019. There have been frequent protests against the coup, which have been put down with force. According to reports, more than 90 protesters have been killed. A Rwandan opposition lawmaker slammed the Rwandan UK asylum seekers deal, arguing it could create budget difficulties and destabilize the society in the long run. Frank Habineza, a Rwandan opposition lawmaker, has criticized Britain's decision to send asylum seekers to his home countries. He is one of the rare critical voices on the matter in the East African country. The president of Democratic Green Party of Rwanda called the deal inhumane, questioning its illegality. This comment comes weeks after the British and Rwandan foreign affairs ministers announced what they called a migration and economic development partnership. In the terms disclosed, the agreement will see Britain send to Rwanda those arriving illegally in the UK and they could settle in the African country. Frank Habineza believes this influx of population could destabilize the Rwandan society in the long run and create budget difficulties. Up next is business news on Africa Today. Don't go away. On business, foreign exchange inflows into the Nigerian economy declined in the fourth quarter of 2021 owing to the lower receipts from the Central Bank of Nigeria, that is CBN, and autonomous sources. This is an indication of a worsening crisis for a forex-strapped economy. The latest figures from the Central Bank of Nigeria's quarterly report on foreign exchange flows through the economy said the FX inflows fell by 31.7%. It further stated that foreign exchange inflow into the economy fell by 31.7% to $20.62 billion from $30.2 billion in the preceding period, and the development was driven by the 45.5% and 14.4% lower inflow through the CBN and the autonomous sources, respectively. A disaggregation showed that proceeds from the oil-related sources declined by 12.2% to $1.63 billion relative to the preceding period. Similarly, receipts from non-oil sources fell to $7.54 billion compared to $14.97 billion in the preceding quarter. Foreign exchange inflow through autonomous sources declined to $11.44 billion relative to $13.37 billion in the preceding period, driven mainly by a reduction in over-the-counter purchases and non-oil export receipts. Foreign exchange outflow through the economy rose by 19.4% to $12.21 billion relative to the level in the preceding quarter, majorly on account of increased foreign exchange intervention and utilization for visible imports. However, autonomous outflow decreased by 27.2% to $1.63 billion due to lower utilization of foreign exchange for invisible exports. The federal government of Nigeria is planning to generate 21 million full-time jobs through massive investment in social infrastructure and services. The country's Minister of State, Finance, Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Agba, said the decision to generate the 21 million jobs was one of the outcomes of the current National Development Plan of 2021 to 2025, which sought to lift 35 million people out of poverty by 2025. He stated this at the workshop on harmonization and finalization of monitoring and evaluation framework for the implementation of the second National Program of Action, which held in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. Agba said this would set the stage for achieving the current regime's commitment to lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 10 years. The minister further explained that the development plan would also ensure that Nigeria unlocked its potential in all sectors of the economy. He said the plan aims to generate 21 million full-time jobs and lift 35 million people out of poverty by 2025, thus setting the stage for achieving the current administration's commitment to lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 10 years. According to him, the plan seeks to invest massively in social infrastructure and services to alleviate poverty and enhance capacity to strengthen security and ensure good governance. And on foreign business, the International Monetary Fund, that is IMF, plans to release $244 million to Kenya to finance its budget in the coming weeks after its staff expressed dissatisfaction with Nairobi's economic reforms in the face of COVID-19. The IMF said they are satisfied with the progress that the Kenyan government is making in its economic reform programs, and the deal now awaits endorsement by the fund's management and board. Kenya will assess $244, bringing the total of IMF support in a 38-month financing facility to $1.17 billion under the Extended Fund Facility, that is EFF, and Extended Credit Facility, that is ECF. Upon completion of the Executive Board review, Kenya would have access to special drawing rights, SDR, of $179.13 million, equivalent to about $244 million, bringing the total IMF financial support under this arrangement to SDR 865.77 million, equivalent to about $1,178 million, according to the IMF mission led by Mary Goodman. Still to come, sports, don't go away.
Good afternoon and welcome to Sport News on Africa Today. I'm Richard Badung. On Sports News, sensational boxer talking about Solomon Adebayo Imoliayo has recorded 6 straight technical knockouts, that is TKO wins, in his boxing career, making him the most feared boxer in the heavyweight division. Imoliayo have turned professional barely 5 months ago with his debut against Omeje Chimobi in Ibadan, has become such a terror in the Nigerian heavyweight category. Boxing circle with his colleagues now stay away from him. He is billed to fight on the Louis Boxing Promotions show billed for May 21, 2022 in Victoria Island, Lagos State, Southwest Nigeria. The General Secretary of the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control, that is NBBFC, and President of the West African Boxing Union, that is WABU, Remy Aboderi, has described Imoliayo as the next good thing in the heavyweight category. The heavy puncher, who is under the co-management team of Devon Kanadi, Boss Lady Boxing, and LPMG Boxing Management, spearheaded by Nigeria's Nelson Ayala Bo and Malik Anur, an American, is said to be aspiring to surpass the record of the British-born Nigerian boxer Anthony Joshua in heavyweight boxing. Away from boxing now to football, where head coach of the Flying Eagles, Ladan Boso, has said his team are ready for action at the 2022 WAFU Zone B Under-20 Cup of Nations in Niger Republic. A tournament which serves as qualifiers for the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations holds from May 7 to 20 in Niamey. The Nigerian capital, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and Ghana are in Group B, while hosts Nigeria are drawn against Ivory Coast, Togo, and Benin Republic in Group A. Boso told newsmen in Abuja that the national under-20 team, who are due to depart Abuja Thursday, were in good shape and ready to depart for Niamey. The Flying Eagles battled perennial rivals Ghana in their opening Group B game, with Boso saying his team had gradually taken shape after campaign started in Abuja April 19 with 56 players. The coach, however, said he and his team were not scared of or afraid of group rivals Ghana and Burkina Faso at the qualifiers. Boso's side are billed to play 2 friendlies against host Nigeria in Niamey before their opening Group B clash against defending champions Ghana on May 7. It was learned that the team will fly out to Niger with an enlarged squad of 30 players, and the tournament organizers allow for the squad due to coronavirus, but team will have to pick up the expenses for additional players. William Amposa, Ghana's leading long-distance athletes, will compete at this year's Okpekpe race in Edo State, Nigeria on May 28, 2022. The race, which happens to be the 8th edition, would witness top athletes from the African continent compete for the ultimate prize. Amposa has completed in numerous races in Nigeria, with his race being with Ijebu Heritage Half Marathon, which he was part of the top 10. The 22-year-old student of University of Education, Winneba, also competed in the 21-kilometer half marathon at the ECOWAS Athletics Championships held in Kaduna. He recently won national cross-country competition, which took place in Ikem Order with impressive time frame of 28.16 seconds. Amposa has in recent years won the Kwahu Easter Marathon, Millennium Marathon, and his secondary Takoradi Marathon. Where from athletes, as former Sierra Leone national team captain Mohamed Kalon agrees that Kay Kamara deserves respect for his international career and what he has achieved for football in the country. Veteran striker Kamara, 37, announced his retirement from Leon Stars duty last week, having scored 7 goals in 39 appearances for the West African country. Both Kamara's first and last international appearances were defeats by Equatorial Guinea, with his debut coming in June 2008 and his final outing at the year's Africa Cup of Nations finals in Cameroon. His highest and lowest points for the Leon Stars have come in the past 12 months. Last June, he scored the goal against Benin Republic, which saw the side qualify for the Nations Cup for the first time since 1996. The elation was in stark contrast to the moment he missed an 85th minute penalty in what proved to be his final game in January, a group match against the Equatorial Guineans. Kalon believes Kamara, who plays for Major League Soccer side FC Montreal, should be hailed for what he has done for his country. And that's your sport news on Africa Today. Back to Ainan Lubem for the rest of the news. I am Richard Badung.
Thank you, Richard Badun. And now on to the rest of the news. Swedish authorities have extradited a Rwandan man to Kigali over genocide charges, which he is accused to have committed when he was a university student. The Rwandan prosecution said it received Jean-Paul Mekomyinza on Wednesday and commended Sweden for its contribution to fight impunity. Mekomyinza, who is 50 years, was arrested in Sweden in November 2020 on a Rwandan arrest warrant. He lost an appeal against his extradition last December and has lived in Sweden for more than a decade. He is accused of crimes of genocide for his alleged role in searching and identifying Tutsis to be killed during the 1994 genocide when he was 22 years. At the time, he was a student at the National University of Rwanda, located in his hometown, Butare, in South Rwanda. Nikoyimza has not commented about the charges he faces in Rwanda. And that's Africa Today, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. We told you that Buhari-host political party leaders seek support to defeat insecurity. Mali accuses France of spying after video emerges of mass graves. AU mission roped into Famajo, rubble rift over election security. On sports, we told you Flying Eagles ready for Wafu Tony, says Boso. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hughes TV, Instagram at Hughes TV, YouTube channel at Hughes TV. I am Aynan Lubem. Thank you for watching.